Hi, everybody. It's Fabienne. Hope you're doing so well today. It's a beautiful day here. The sun is shining, and I've been looking forward to this moment. So, just welcome. Sending you so much love. When you get here, please write a note for me in the comments. I have a second computer here. So I can just say like, hey, Fabienne, and welcome everybody else. I am here today to give, and show you how you can continue doing business in these times. I know that everybody's situation is different. And hi, Don. Great to have you. Hi, Leonora. Wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me today. And hi, Nancy. Good morning. Great to see you here. And just really, there are so many things that we can be doing to continue thriving. And maybe for you, it's not thriving. Maybe it's surviving. And I'm here to share so much content with you today. It's what I've been sharing with the members of our year-long programs in the Bold Heart Business community. And I just think it's important for you to have this as well. So let me see who else is here. Oh my goodness, so many wonderful people. Ciao from San Diego. Sangeeta, welcome. So glad to have you here. Bonjour, Linda. Great to have you. Julie Payne, hi. So great that you joined us today. And Joan Walsh, good morning to you. I have so much great stuff to share with you today. I'm so happy you joined in. And let's see, we have Astrid, bonjour. Barbara, wonderful to see you. Great to have you here. Valentina, hello. So great to have you from Liverpool. I had such a great time in Liverpool. Let's see who we have. Barb, hi, good morning. And Susie from Chicago, hello. We have a worldwide audience here. How wonderful. And Anne, hello from Denmark. Great to see you. And Cindy, hi, wonderful to have you. Let's see, we have Stephen. Hello, Stephen. Good morning to you. And Raisa and Joanne, yes, I'm doing okay. And I'm going to share with you how I'm doing okay today. I'm so glad that you've all joined me. Great to have you, Lauren and Evgenia. I hope I said that right, but if I didn't, you'll teach me one day. Sophie, hello, a Frenchie in the UK. I'm a Frenchie American-y in Paris. So we move. Hi, Wendy. Great to have you, and Joe. Yes, and hello to everybody else. And hi, Tulis McCall. Great to have you here. Hi. And like I said, I have a lot to share with you that I've been sharing with the members of Bold Heart Business. I've been really showing up a lot because when this whole confinement thing, I don't know what you're calling it in your country. Here in France, we call it le confinement, lockdown in the US. A lot of people who couldn't do business the way they were doing business before really started panicking, even some of our members. And immediately I responded and I started coaching them on what to do now to pivot their business. And we talked about pivoting their business model and pivoting their marketing and pivoting their health and immunity, because then they can think straight. And the questions that I'm getting most often are the ones where even on our weekly Q&A calls with our clients, our members of Bold Heart Business, they come energetically like this, like, ooh, I feel like I can't market, Fabienne. I feel like it is in such poor taste to market. And I just don't feel like I can even sell, even though I have something to offer to my clients that they could use right now, my potential clients, I don't feel like I can sell. And the first thing I want to share with you, I created a whole presentation for you with a bunch of different sections, and I want you to take a lot of notes. You know me, I like to overgive because I always, and I always teach you this, be more valuable than people expect you to be. And I hope that's the case for you today. So hello, Mariella and Rachel Wall. Great to have you. your screen is frozen, Tulis. Lisa and Carol and Susan Lekowitz, welcome everybody. So I have been sharing some of these things with our members of Bold Heart Business on the weekly calls, and they have been pivoting how they market, and how they even sell. They've gone from I can't market and I can't sell because that's going to be icky and sleazy, because there are people who are, for some, these are tragic times. And what I want to share with you, the thing I want you to write down first before I get into the presentation, is it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So please write that down. It's not what I do, it's how I do it. And I'm going to share with you all of the things that we're doing right now in my own business to pivot how we market and pivot how we sell. And it's not a selling thing from like, let's make more money. It's an offering thing of like making ourselves available to the people who can use us. And so I'd love to know, should I get started, or I've got my handy husband. I got my wonderful husband who's he's the boss. He tells me when to start these things. How am I doing so far?
You're doing great.
Okay, good. Yeah, I created a whole presentation for you. Not a lot of images, but lots of wonderful little things. Can I have it side by side instead?
Yeah. And then
can I have that one?
That's person to person. This is side by side.
It
just looks like it that.
Okay, well, I need to make it play so they can see it.
Bigger, like
that. Yeah. So, but I can't see myself there. But that's okay. I see myself there. Okay, well, I don't need to see myself. It's important that you just see me. So, welcome everybody. Yeah, I do have a great assistant, Susan. You're absolutely right, and I'm keeping him. Okay, so today we're here to talk about how to market and even sell in these unusual times. And yes, it can absolutely be done. So let's just address what's going on for everybody. Undoubtedly, this time has brought with it a lot of uncertainty. Things are disrupted. You're stuck at home. You are not working the way you used to. Maybe you have your kids. I have my 3 kids in the house as well. But your business is disrupted as well. Maybe yours is a completely online business. Maybe the thing that you offer is, did I say online? I meant offline, meaning in-person business. Maybe you have a business where you have a storefront, or you have products, or you actually put your hands on people, and it makes a difference. Hold on one second. I don't know what you want me to do, Derek. If you want me to do something, just please come here and tell me instead of pinging me while I'm presenting. What do you want me to do?
See here, you just need to move.
Okay, but I'm here to offer service here. So is that good? All right. Well, now I'm more centered for you. So things are going to be on their head for a while. And today we're going to talk about not only surviving this, because there's some people who really literally feel that they're doomed. And I have been, over the last few weeks, sharing so many best practices that I am doing, that our members are doing, that we're telling them to do, and they're pivoting. And some of them are even thriving. Because of this. Not everybody. I mean, listen, let's call a spade a spade. People are just like holding on, trying to get their cash flow as up as they can. The key to everything that we do at Bold Heart, if you know me well, and if you do know me well, please put it in the chat. You know that we do everything with authenticity, integrity, and love. And so this is about marketing and selling with authenticity as well. So while many people are panicking about what to do now to increase cash flow, while people are worried about how they will be perceived if they market, and God forbid they sell, today I'm going to share with you, and I'm really grateful to have a mostly online business. I mean, we had to pivot the minute I came back from the United States to do my 1 week, live meeting with about 100 of our clients, 5 days straight. The day we came back, we went into confinement. So I had to pivot very, very quickly, not just how I did business, but I'm really grateful to have mostly an online business. And so there are actions you can take now, and I want to show you how to do them. So if you don't yet have a notebook, I want you to get one. So I've broken this up into 2 parts. First, how to market in these unusual times, and then how to sell in the unusual times. Now, I understand that some of you have a brick and mortar business, and some of you sell products, and some of you sell services, and some of you are online, and I'm going to try to appeal to all of you at the same time. And by the way, I am going to stay here for questions. If you want to put some questions into the chat, not yet, because I won't be able to do the presentation and look, but towards the end of this, and I'm here to stay as long as you need me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm literally not going anywhere. So happy to answer your questions that you'll put in the chat when I ask you to. Okay, so the first way to market in this climate is to be relevant. I know that this might be a no-brainer, but I see a lot of people not being relevant. And I noticed, I have to tell you the truth, in the first week or so, I noticed that we had some pre-existing social media posts, and while everybody was starting to go into lockdown, there was like some things that, I wouldn't have put, that was not relevant. They weren't bad, but they weren't apropos for the times. So I want you to know how I do. If you're not yet getting my Saturday emails, I want you to go. It's basically inspiration emails with a new video every week. Just go to boldheart.com and you can sign up for it there. Even though I've had my Saturday videos recorded, I record 13 of them, one for each quarter at one sitting. Just so you know, you might want to do that for your own business. I take one day, I get my hair done, put on my makeup once. I got my 12 or 13 outfits lined up. You might think I'm a little like woo-woo, but I get it all done in one day while most people are not creating consistent content. So I'm sharing this with you because I do my content for my Saturday emails ahead of time, all in one fell swoop. But starting at the end of March, they were no longer as relevant. So I had to start thinking and pivoting. I've been recording new ones just to be more relevant and useful. So you'll see if you get my Saturday emails that, my hair is not curly the way it is when I get somebody to do my hair. And maybe there's a little bit of a pattern interrupt because of the sound or whatever, but we're not going professional. We're going for relevance. So I forget, last week I shared, I don't even remember what I shared last week is, how I work from home with my 3 kids. And I shared 14 tips. So go back and look at how I did that if you already received my emails. And I'm going to continue to pivot the marketing, because if you have to be really cognizant or conscious of the marketing real estate, the time real estate that people have right now. Some people have more time and some people have less time. And if what you're offering is not valuable, they're not going to stay or pay attention to it. So that's number 1. Be relevant in how you're publishing your content. Think about every blog post that you're doing. Think about the social media posts. And I'll talk today about a couple different social media posts. Not everything has to do with this virus that's going on, right? Think about your freebies. I'm creating a new freebie for the website right now on the website, as it has been for months. It's how to make twice as much working half the time. Again, if you don't have it yet, go get it, because soon, we're working on that this week, we're going to have a Pivot Your Business freebie, like a downloadable mini, I don't want to say ebook, but mini booklet that I've been sharing. So think about your freebies. If you have I can't think right now, but just be super useful in these times. think about doing Facebook Lives. This is a Facebook Live. This is relevant for many people. That's why you're here. Oh, I'm so glad, Christina. Your pivoting was awesome. Not a lot of other online business people did that. They just released their recordings, which I found disappointing. Thank you for saying that. I think the more relevant and useful we can be, the more people will say, okay, I'm going to follow her for now and ongoing, because I find this really useful. Think about your IG stories, Instagram stories. Think about what you're putting on LinkedIn. Address what's going on now for your people as it relates to how you can help them, and maybe show them how to move past it with whatever your industry is. So that's being relevant. I want you to make some notes about how you can be relevant after we end this call, this live. Then the second thing around marketing is I want you to stay visible. A lot of people are throwing up their hands and saying, I can't do business right now, so I'm going to take my foot off the gas. And I'm like, this is the wrong time. Do not take your foot off the gas. You need to double down on everything you're doing. So now more than ever is the time to double down on your visibility. I have shared with you in the past this fantastic Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V video called Document, Don't Create. I have probably watched, and if you are somebody who works with me or has worked with me, put it in the comments. Like, yes, I've seen it. I would like to see how many people here have seen this Gary V video, Document, Don't Create. And in there, he talks about posting 7 to, I think, 21 social media posts a day on each channel. Now, I just want you to know I'm not there yet. But what I've done now is I have doubled down on my visibility. I am doing more lives. I am doing more Instagram stories. I'm doing more posts than ever before. Some things to do with business and some things not to do with business. We'll talk about that. Great. I'm glad that you've seen it. So glad. So you have the likelihood is you have the time now. So write more blogs, write more free content, document what you're doing now. If you are pivoting in your own business and it's going to be useful to people, just talk a lot about that. Do significantly more social media posts than you're doing now. Like, aim for at least 3 per day. If you think that's too much, just remember that not everybody is watching 100% of the time. If they see something, they like it, they can go back and see some of the previous things. But this is an invitation to you to really start showing up. Let's get over the how we look, how we sound. Is it too much? Am I going to nag people? This doesn't have to be about you. If everything that you do is with the thought of being valuable, being incredibly valuable in one way or another to the people who follow you, it doesn't matter how many times they see you. If what you're posting is terrible, it will matter. If it's valuable, they'll want more and more of it. Consider doing a Facebook Live a week, or like some of our members in Bold Heart Business are doing, they're doing one a day, a Facebook Live a day. And we have this one member who is an esthetician, and obviously I've been talking about her on these presentations that I'm doing about pivoting your business, because this is, and same thing with a brick and mortar business, one of our members who sells clothing. I've been talking to her about she brought all of the clothes home, and the esthetician just is doing kind of the same thing and doing, I advised both of them to start doing some QVC style Facebook Lives several times a day. about their product, their, facial product, or about the clothes and styling the clothes and saying, hey, we do online shipping and shopping and things like that. You can market regularly. Not everybody will see all of it, but they will appreciate the pattern interrupt in their lives. So that's about being more visible. Give free value. They're always there, right? So give free value. This is your time, my sweet friend, to serve, 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 and serve some more. What is it? What in extreme times call for extreme measures. I just want you to take down the thought of how can I monetize this? I know we're talking about marketing and selling, but this, first and foremost, is about just serving people. I have seen in the beginning of this time that we're in, Derek, my husband, whom you saw, was shaking his head one day when he was sitting at his computer, and he was like, "Some people are so sleazy." There are some people who are profiteering, trying to profiteer from what's going on. I look at it as the more you serve, the more you serve, the more you serve, you begin to create something that I call the universal law of circulation. The more that you give, the more you will receive in return. And it's not always from the person that you give to, but energetically speaking in the universe, the more you give, the more you receive. So this is your opportunity to really give. So the key here is to do this without the energy of expecting anything in return. And I had to explain this to one of our members who said, I'm out there and I'm giving. And she was saying, like, why are they not, coming back to me? And I said, if you want to know the truth, it's that energy of like, I've given to you. Now it's time for you to hire me back. People feel that you need them. People feel it when you need them more than they need you. Write that down. People will feel when you need them more than they need you. And so when we're talking now about upping the value by serving, I invite you to do so without expecting anything back. It's not that you're not going to get something back. It's not that you don't want to get something back. I'll show you how to do it, but that's not the energy with which we're doing this. So part of serving is understanding that after winter comes spring. Every year, after winter comes spring, without fail. This fog will lift. Depending on what country you're in China, they're starting to do things again. In Paris, in Europe, we're probably a little bit ahead of the United States, the UK as well. Just know that this too shall pass rather quickly. We've just been told that we have until, I think, May 11th. So I'm looking at the clock, the date, it's April 14th. It's just another month. Most people can do like another month, but we plant the marketing seeds now, and then we harvest them once they grow. Okay. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Many people that I work with who are members of ours know that I'm saying always be marketing. Always be marketing. Even if you have a full practice, always be marketing, because if you're not marketing today, in 6 months, you won't have any clients. So maybe people can't buy now. Maybe a portion of your people can't buy now, won't buy now, don't want to buy now, can't afford buying now. But if you continue to serve and add value repeatedly over the next month, 2 months, you are setting people up. There are people who are shopping and making decisions in their head now, even if they're not buying now. We have our enrollment team at Bold Heart. is having conversations with people. 20 people reached out to us this past weekend to have a conversation about working together. We're still signing up people, but what we're mostly doing is just having conversations with people. The conversations we have this week might not come to fruition ever, might not come to fruition in the next month, but you start giving value and you start showing your heart and you start being useful to people now and repeatedly over time. They will remember that. We've pivoted. We've created a little website, little opt-in for people who want to talk to us, who know that they can have a call with us now about how to pivot. You can have a conversation with us now about exploring how to work together, even if you're not at all thinking about doing it now. This is how I want you to approach this: is begin the conversation, the connection, the get acquainted scenario now, when people are, a lot of them are just sitting at home. If you are somebody who has been thinking about possibly down the line working with us, have a conversation with us. If you know, and do this with your people, if they know that you're not selling, it is no hard sell, you are starting a relationship, you are there for them, etc., they appreciate that. If you say, I'm not here to sell, I am here to give value. Would you like an hour phone call? Would you like to help make sense of what's going on for you? And if it ever feels right, I'll tell you about what it's like to work together. Offer that. People appreciate that. If you're interested, our URL for that, our website for that is boldheartconnect.com. Go check it out. Go look at how we've done it. We've created a new one so that it's not as shall we say, salesy as the other ones. That, not that we're never salesy in that way, but it's a softer approach. And we're going to talk about a softer approach today as well. So go check out how I do it, boldheartconnect.com. And if it feels right, book a call. It's free, no hard sell. Check it out. This is the time to shift and pivot your marketing message to be more relevant, so that when all of this blows over, you're strategically positioned to do really well. If you can't physically work with people, give them what they need now, and then they'll be set up to hire you in the future. I want you to see it as a planting analogy. You know, the day you plant the seed, let's say for some strawberries, is not the day you're going to be picking strawberries with your kids. It requires some time. Plant the seed, water it, nurture it, give it what it needs. And after a while, the right people will come forth. So right now, like I've said, you may have more time on your hands. Use it to love up on your clients and your prospects. Jody, just reach out. You can go to boldheartconnect.com, or is it connect.boldheart.com? I would just follow the link that Dawn put in here in the chat. But yeah, reach out to us. It's all about being transparent, guys. I'll show you what I did. It's at the end of this session. I have so much to share with you about what we're doing, and feel free to model it in your own business. And it's just about being transparent. If you say, like, let's have a conversation now, I am not here to sell you anything. Let's start the conversation. If you like what I'm offering here, if you like having that conversation on the phone, when you're ready, maybe you'll work with us. And if not, that's okay too. So I'll give you an example. Right now is the time to love up your clients and your prospects. So there are some of you on this live that are our members, right? Because I see you, I know your names. And we have right now I see 3 former clients, and I see 4 people who are current clients, and then a bunch of you who aren't yet, and that's cool. Either way, this is the time to love up your people, whether they're current, whether they're former, whether they're not yet clients, right? So I'll tell you some of the things that we're doing. Every Saturday afternoon, since the beginning of lockdown, what you're calling lockdown, I think this is almost a month now. This Saturday will be a month that I've been doing this. I have been hosting for our members of Bold Heart Business a 2.5-hour Q&A call on a Saturday afternoon. Obviously, no charge. The reason I did is the first one. I was like, I hear that some of our members are panicking, and I'm just gonna, even though some of them speak to me on a Q&A weekly, I'm gonna get on. I'm going to create this, event, if you will, on Zoom, and I'm going to answer the questions. It was supposed to be an hour. It went to an hour and a half. And then I said, if you let me go on a pee break, I'll come back and I'll do another hour. And we've just been doing, it was such a huge hit. People loved it. Members loved it, that I just have been doing it every Saturday afternoon, or afternoon my time, morning if you're in the US. And I want you to know that we were actually, people have asked to go on pause or on leave from us because they were watching too much news and panicking. And what I've noticed is that very few people, relatively speaking, have done that with us, because we went in, we pivoted, and we gave to our existing clients as well. And so I want you to, this is not about just marketing and selling to prospects. This is also about keeping your clients, right? If you can give your clients, your existing paying members, your customers, things that they're not, they don't usually get from you, and they find it highly, highly valuable, they'll stay. There are some people who have said to me, okay, I've put a pause on other things, but I'm not putting a pause on you and Bold Heart. There are people who have said, oh, I might just get emotional. There are people who have written in so many times, and when I speak to them on these Saturday calls and on the weekly calls I do with some of our members, they said, Bold Heart is my lifeline. If I didn't have you guys, I would be spiraling right now. I'm telling you, if you can just serve, give to your existing members, clients, customers, patients, and love them up, there's something lovely about them. There are people who will come back, right? People who have left who will come back. There are people who were thinking about leaving. They're not leaving. There are people who are thinking about working with you. They're going to come. They just like love them up. I've created new content for these times. I want you to start creating new content for these times. This right here is new content. Usually I put lots of beautiful images, but I was like, we gotta pivot and make this happen. So no images today. But create and love them up through content, value, give them something they can't get anywhere else. I've long said, if you can give them value and make them feel like what they can't get anywhere else, they will come to you, they will stay with you. I'll say that again. If you give them what they can't get anywhere else, and you have them feel like a part of something bigger than themselves, like family, like home, they will stay with you. They will come to you. So create new content for these times. I've done free Q&As for non-members. I'm doing this free presentation for you. I'm not looking for anything. I'm literally, I hope you can feel the energy of it. If you feel the energy of it, please put it in the chat. I'd love to hear what this feels like. I see, Derek, you want me to move even further? I don't know, this way? I don't really know. I'm just gonna, other way, this way. Keep going. Too far. Okay, how's that? Perfect. So free Q&As for people who don't already work with you. That's how you give value. But it goes a long way, you guys. If you give free stuff that's highly valuable, it's kind of what I've said about what we call in Bold Heart the IFO, the irresistible free offer. If you give such good stuff and your free stuff, people are going to be like, oh my God, this free stuff is so valuable. I wonder what, like, the incredible value that I can get in her paid stuff. And that's where you want to, like, just wow people. Write that down. I want to wow people. Thank you, Nancy. I'm so glad. Nancy's saying, yes, very much feeling the positive energy and love in all the ways you're showing up and offering support. Susan, thank you. Feels awesome. Your love and positive energy is beautiful. So great. Bonnie, great to see you here. Much more that things are possible. Feel the energy, and I love the Saturday calls. That was Nathalie. Thank you, Nathalie. Lori, thank you for saying that. You feel the love. So that's about value. But I have to tell you, sometimes you got to bring some levity. Sometimes you got to talk about something else than this damn virus. Are you with me? I mean, every single conversation I have had with a human being in the last month, every single conversation has something to do with this virus. And it's probably the same with you too. Like I can't think of, I mean, except for Derek and maybe the kids, but I see them all day long every day now. I don't know. Are you with me? Is every single conversation? Oh, Lauren, the Saturday Q&As have been your lifeline too. So glad. Have you had every single conversation been about the virus or its effect or the cocooning or the lockdown? Just put yes if it's true. For me, it's just like you got to bring some levity to people. So I want you to think about bringing new and refreshing ideas to the table for your clients, but also for your prospects, especially in your marketing. So in the beginning, the first week or so, I shared my son Oliver's I'm looking at my phone because I can probably bring it real quick for you. I shared his school schedule because he doesn't have a full day school schedule. He's 10, but now we're on vacation. Not vacation. We're on vacation. We were supposed to be in Provence this week and then the Loire Valley last week. In France, we get 2 weeks of vacation in the spring. And so we're on vacation. And this, I don't know if you will be able to tell, this is, we had to create a schedule. I think I posted it in the email last Saturday. And I shared, Oliver read this being, trying to be useful, and people really liked it. I had him share something positive about what's going on. It's about being, yeah, there you go. I can see it now. Oh, you're on surprise vacation, Allison. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm exhausted. Virus, politics, economy, business laws. Yes, it's too much. Bring on the positive. So I want you to start thinking about what funny things. Listen, these are tragic times, but honestly, I have friends. We've created these WhatsApp groups, and it's just about like sending each other memes, and some it's like memes, some it's useful things, and some it's like what's really going on with the world, on different levels of seriousness. But I love getting something funny right now. I love something inspiring. I love seeing a new perspective. And I've been trying to do that for you guys as well, whether you're a member or not. I don't know if you followed me doing this, but now I love to cook, but at this point I'm making, 3 meals a day for 5 people. And I've just been sharing little cooking segments in my kitchen, literally, I think every day. So whether it's my souffle recipe, what I put in my tart, here's the pasta sauce with the shrimp, and here's how I made the sauce and all these things. I don't know, guys. This is, I spent I'm on my 21st year in business, and I'm a content producing machine. Even this was created for you, just like new content, right? And I have to say, I've been posting for, I don't know how many years, and it's my cooking videos that are getting some of the most number of comments and likes and things like that. I don't know. I think people are just really liking that it's me in my kitchen without makeup, my hair pulled in a ponytail, haven't washed it since the day before. That's not the case today. I washed my hair today and I blew it dry. I put on some makeup for you. But all of these things that I'm putting on Instagram, and it's also going to Facebook, people are loving. I don't know if you were on our dance party. It was like a couple weeks ago. Derek, was that a week ago or 2 weeks ago that we did the dance? 2? 2 weeks ago on this Facebook. I don't know. It's probably still posted in here somewhere. Derek and I were dancing, listening to this French DJ at 2:00 our time. I was probably like 8 a.m. Eastern, and we're goofing around, and we've got our hats and we've got our scarves. And I ran to the kitchen and I grabbed 2 tomato sauce cans, and I was working out with my tomato sauce cans, and we're just being goofy, and people loved it. And we're just showing who we really are, because I'm kind of goofy. In fact, Derek, don't you think I'm really funny? He said, sorry, I couldn't hear you. That's his way of saying, yes, you're really funny, but I won't admit it. So just bring levity, right? Just some people don't want to talk about this anymore. Charlene, we may have to go and do it again. It was fun. The next thing is for your marketing, how to market in these times, is just to encourage people and bring them hope. Seriously. I have noticed, well, this is who I am in the world anyways. I'm always bringing positivity, not rah, fake positivity like Pollyanna, whatever people call that. But I'm generally a very positive person. I'm always looking not just for the silver lining on a cloud. I'm looking for the gold lining on a cloud. And so I know that my role over the last 5 weeks, has it been 5 weeks already, has been to encourage people and to bring them hope in these somewhat gray times for them. So if you haven't yet seen it, I did a 2-hour training called Pivot Your Business. I did it once for our members, and then I did it again for another group, and then I did it on this Facebook channel for you guys on how to pivot your business in these times. It was free, and people, like our members, shifted. People who were freaking out about their business saw the 2-hour training and totally changed, like turnaround. Positive, motivated, enthusiastic, based on the tips. There's 7 steps, right? 7. What is the website for it's on this, I think. You're on it? You can watch the training for free. Just encourage people, give them the tools to be positive in this time. Hugely powerful. Share resources that you're using to stay positive. I shared everything from the solfeggio 842 hertz music that I listen to on YouTube. I shared the supplements I'm taking to up my immunity so I don't have to worry about catching this thing. I shared some of the spiritual things that I'm reading online and sharing with the kids. Really, just if you can encourage people and give them hope, they will love you for it. Like, just share your soul, share your best practices without looking to get anything in return. Yes, of course you want new clients, all of that lovely stuff. But in Italian, you'd say tranquille, tranquilla. Don't go for the jugular. This is not the time. Give of yourself, encourage people, give them hope, show them how you're navigating these unusual times. every day, if it's just like a recipe or a poem or a meme that a friend of yours sent you, share it with people. We've been, the kids told me about, what's that Instagram? Good, is it the Great News Movement? The Good News Movement? Let me look at it real fast. Oh, here it is. It's called the Good News _ movement. And I'm telling you, I've been telling everybody about this. Sometimes I cry tears of joy. They're just looking for good news. People love that. All right. Take a sip of water, everybody. You're not talking as much as I am, but. All right. We're still in the marketing section. I have a lot of content to give. I hope you'll stay with me. You probably have nowhere to go either. Oh, thank you, Connie. Oh, I'm so happy that you've said yes to working with us. Hope is everything. Thank you so much for all these little notes. Yes, 3 get acquainted calls this week. We're signing up people. It's really, we're just having the conversations and people are like, I need you more now than ever. And like I said, if you want to see what our conversations are like, you can go to boldheartconnect.com. Is that the right website, Derek? Bold Heart Connect. What? Yeah, boldheartconnect.com. Just have a conversation with us. So, how do you market without being sleazy? This is what I've been telling our longtime members who I talk to every week, is to reach out and touch someone. Now, obviously not with your little hands. Reach out and touch someone the way that we used to. I think there was an 80s commercial about that. Call your clients and prospects. Okay, I know it's easy to hide behind an email, even a blanket email, an autoresponder. This is not the times for that. I mean, I can't pick up the phone and call everybody. I'd be calling thousands of people. And this is why I think I'm connecting with you in this way and calling out your name. And oh, thank you, Claudia. Yeah, not so much eyeliner today. So call people, pick up the phone and say, hi, Susan. It's insert your name. But for me, it would be like, hi, Susan, it's Fabienne. And just really ask them genuinely how they're doing. I was just thinking about you, literally thinking about you today, and thought I would call, reach out, and just ask you how you're doing, and call them from a place of caring and love. Don't call them from a place of trying to get business. This is how you can market in these times. The majority of you, except I think I remember Steven and Joe, like a couple really great dudes who are here, great guys. But most of us are women, and women are built for connection. We're built for love and nurturing and caring. Men too, but in a different way. Get into your feminine energy and pretend that every single prospect is a girlfriend, and just literally call her up and say, hi, how are you? How is it really going right now for you? I'm here, just want to listen. And you know what's been really interesting is seeing which ones of my friends have reached out and which ones have I reached out to and not so much. It really says a lot about if you are contacting someone and saying, how are you? It shows that you care. And if you're not like, let me tell you about the new thing that we've created, but you're just actually like, just tranquille, like use your feminine energy. Even men use, because we all have masculine and feminine energy at different times in the day and in different degrees. Just reach out and love someone, reach out and touch someone. Especially now, people are incredibly isolated and some people are scared, and you can be that calming voice for them. There's one of our members who said to me last week on our Q&A, she said, I've always been a calm person and I never thought that that was a good thing. And I'm like, oh, this is a good thing now, right? Just bring calm, bring peace to people, bring reassurance, and ask them what they're working on and what do they need most right now. Just ask them. So what are you working on right now? What do you need most? Who else is asking them that? Most people are just complaining and venting. You just literally, if you could spend just a whole day, 2 hours, 1 hour a day, half an hour a day, every day, just calling people and saying, how are you? What are you working on? What do you need most right now? And write this down. How can I best support you at this time? How can I best support you right now? I would love to hear what kind of, when you see this, um, how can I best support you right now? I'd love to you to write in the comments, what kind of energy does that feel to you? Is it a going for the jugular energy, or is it a caring energy? Yeah, I love that, Janice. Call people when you take your walks every day. Yes, yes, yes. Um, that's great, Rachel. I'm going to address discounting your fees, Rachel, so stay with me. Yeah, it is caring. It's all love, Barbara. Well said. Well said. And you can ask this, right? Love, love, love. That's it. Caring and supportive, Dana. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You can also ask this if you want to take a screenshot. If I could create a program or an offer, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Okay. Remember this. If I could create a program or an offer that I don't currently offer, um, for you, that would mean everything to you, what would that include? What would that look like? It's not, can I create a program for you? Because then you're asking for a yes or no answer. This is a, if I could create a program or I could create an offer that I don't currently offer, and for you, that would mean everything to you right now. What would that include? What would that look like? And just wait for them to respond to you. While you write that down, I'm just going to put myself on mute for a second. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Hold on one second. So you can ask people. This is still part of the marketing and not the selling. Okay. And you'll be surprised. They won't be offended. They'll say, really? You would do that for me? Okay, not everybody's, it depends on how well you know them. But if you actually reached out to your people and you said, how can I help? And notice the tone of voice, right? How can I help? I'm here for you. How can I, uh, if I were to create something just for you that would be incredibly valuable, what do you need most right now? What would that include? They'd say, like, wow, you're doing this for me? That goes a long way. That is not the type of marketing that you're seeing some people doing right now. This is feminine marketing. This is love marketing. I've never called it that before, feminine marketing, but I love it. You can use Zoom for video marketing, right? Reach out to people and just say, like, let's jump on a Zoom, right? You can use Facebook Lives for marketing your business, like, but just do it with love. Notice how I'm doing this with love. Reach out to people. Focus every possible minute on setting up the right marketing. Now, it's just pivot how you do it. What I want you to get is that your people still love you. They still need you, maybe now more than ever. And you can still market to them. You can still ask them questions. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Yes, a group tax workshop or a loan application workshop. Absolutely. Yes, Carolyn, they're not just alone, but they're lonely too. Just think about it. There are some people that are in lockdown with people they don't get along with. You reaching out would be, for some, a lifeline. Okay. So that was how to market in these unusual times. And now I want to share with you how to sell in these unusual times. This is not the end all be all. This is just how we're doing it, how we're helping people in our community to shift how they're doing it. And I'll say this: if you've stopped yourself from selling, I want you to reconsider that. You don't have to stop. It's just how you do it. So before we say anything, this is not the time to be opportunistic, right? This is not the time to be an ambulance chaser. This is not the time to be the person who profiteers from other people's misfortunes. Like, if you're like that, you don't need to be on this Facebook Live because we're not going to talk about how to do that. This is about Bethany. We are using StreamYard for this. Hope that's helpful. And I'm glad you like it. This is about doing things with transparency, with integrity, with authenticity, with love. And I'm going to show you how you can begin thinking about shifting your offers. And Rachel, this is what you asked. So not everybody has stopped buying. Okay. Yes, there are people who are whose cash flow is significantly down, but there are some people who have a nest egg. There are some people who are continuing to do business. And if you go to the worst case scenario, it's going to put you in panic and fear, and you're going to start doing things that you wouldn't do normally. So I just want you to write that down for yourself. Not everyone has stopped buying. There are some people who are still buying. I hired a book cover designer. And you could say, but Fabienne, okay, you could put me in a category and put me in a box of somebody who has things or not. But there are people in different boxes in different categories. I've hired an online mentor, just a program, 2 programs recently. People are buying. Even people who don't have a ton of money are buying. Okay. Like I said, we're still signing people into our long-term programs. People are saying right now, they're calling and they're saying, or they're reaching out through boldheartconnect.com. And they're saying, actually, I was thinking this is not the right time to work with you, but it is absolutely the right time, is what they're saying to us. We have, for example, when people who join our program, we let them know that before you even start in all the curriculum, there's a program called the 90-day cash infusion program. And they start the cash infusion. I have 2 members right now who are going through the cash infusion program who are crushing it. They're getting corporate clients at 20 and 30,000 a project right now, because they're using the cash infusion program. There are people who are buying. You just have to give them what they need. Okay. So here's shifting your offer. Shift your offers could be that you create a shorter program, just like what Allison is saying. StreamYard. Allison was saying, can I create a tax workshop? Yes. Can I create a blank workshop? Yes, absolutely. You can create a shorter program for these times and just say like, hey, I understand that we have a lot of our members are doing this right now. I think Julie, who's created a $47 a month program just to get people to experience her. Is $47 a month going to, get her a house in Beverly Hills? No, but she's not doing it for that. So people are creating shorter programs, and maybe you can too, as a taste, like the pink spoon at Baskin Robbins, to taste what it's like to work with you when the fog lifts and keep the cash flow going. You can shift your pricing structure. Well, let's shift your offers. Let's finish that. You can pivot everything online. Not everybody can, but you can. Some of our members who were doing one-to-one sessions have just moved to Zoom or GoToMeeting. You can, instead of just doing one-on-one sessions with people, you can start selling products. My hair person, who obviously has not been able to come here and blow dry and curl my hair, she sent me the other day, she sent me a beauty questionnaire. Tell me what your wants are. And she's pivoting online. It could be my other hairdresser in the US is now marketing nutritional weight loss things that she's using, and she's doing so many things on Instagram daily. I follow her. I got this thing on a YouTube ad the other day, which was about how to sell products on Amazon. Now, that might not be, I'm not going to go start doing that. That might not be what you're going to start doing, but you can shift your offers. You can shift what you sell. You just get creative. I want you to write this down. I can't sell. Okay. Or I can't do business right now. Write that down. I can't do business right now. And of course, I'm going to have you cross that out. From I can't do business right now to how can I do business right now? How can I do business right now? Find a way. I just, what was it? One of the last weeks of March, I was supposed to do a full 2-day meeting here in Paris with my UK and European clients, full 2 days. We pivoted online, we shifted the offer, and people have actually said to me, are you going to continue just doing it all on Zoom? Because I want in. I want to sleep in my own bed. I do not want to travel. I do not want to put any more carbon emissions in the air. I do not want to spend this much money traveling. Like, can we please do more online? So I've shifted how I deliver. You can shift your offers in that way, right? You can also shift your pricing structure. One of the ways to sell right now is to shift your pricing structure. Some people are discounting drastically. It's okay if you do that. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not doing it for myself. There are no discounts. Not because it's just like if you've worked with me for a while, I will show you how to charge less without discounting in just a moment. But you can go discount drastically if you want, but I don't think that that's always great for your reputation. So here are some alternatives. If anything, stretch out the payments even longer. So if you're used to having just like it's one payment, maybe you offer payment plans, right? Let's say you have a $1,000 service or product and people pay you ahead of time. Maybe just for the foreseeable future, you just stretch out and offer a payment plan. Or if you're used to getting 6 payments of whatever, maybe you offer 8 payments. That's one way that really, or 12 payments. That's one way that people appreciate doing that. If you must reduce your price, here's what I recommend. I recommend that you reduce or remove part of your offerings. So here's what I mean by that. If, let's say, one of your offerings is that I'm making this up now because I'm in the coaching world, so I think automatically of coaching things. But let's say this program that costs like $5,000 or something like that includes a full day in person plus this, many follow-up calls, but you want to create something that's not 5,000. Do what you want, right? And it's okay. Whatever you want to do is okay. Like, I'm not judging at all. But maybe you don't discount the thing because it will devalue your offering for when the fog lifts. What you might say is, what I will do is I will create a $2,500 euro pound product or program, but I'll remove this part of it. Like maybe I'll remove the full day, or maybe I'll remove half the sessions, follow-up sessions, or maybe it's a half day and half the sessions. Just say this is a for right now thing, and I'll even stretch out the payments. That's what I would recommend. And excuse me. Another thing that people are doing is I've recommended is that right now, so right now we're April 14th. Some people are finding it difficult to find the cash now, but they need to do the work now. So one of the things you can do is one of the payments, let's say, some of our members are doing this based on my recommendation, is to the price of the program is still the same. They've created installments, but the April installment is the lowest. And then May will be a little bit more, and then June, and then it goes back. So it's a stretch, but you can get people started. This is what we call results in advance, and in this case, results up front, right? And you have a contract, so people know that they have to, they're legally obligated to continue working with you. So that's one way of doing it. I have got an itchy nose. I do not know what that's about, but it's a little bit weird. So, yeah, it could. You're right, Joanne. It could offend people who've paid full price in the past. That's why I really recommend if you're going to reduce the price, at least remove some things. Or conversely, what you can do, which is one thing I did for the Bold Heart Launch program, which is $97 a month, pay as you go, stay as long as you want. Bold Heart Launch, one of the things we did is if you join us in March, I'll give you an extra session. And that people jumped on that. That was really great. All right. The next way to sell is to soften your approach. I'm going to show you what we've been doing. Suggest rather than going for the jugular. So suggest that people work with you. You can say things like, if it ever feels right, let's have a conversation. Instead of, say it in passing, have a soft approach, have a soft invitation, give examples of how people are still working with you to the people who are interested in working with you. Offer a conversation without a catch. Earlier, I talked about, if you've just joined us, I talked about how we're approaching this. We're having conversations with people now without an expectation for them to sign up now, right? So would you like to have a chat? Maybe I can help, even if we don't ever work together or we work together down the road. Would that be helpful for you, for us to chat now? And I think it, again, and you can take a screenshot of this or write it down. I'll keep it on here for a little bit. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So when you can say to people, listen, I get that times are tough, and maybe I can help. Even if we don't work together ever, if we don't work together now, but maybe down the road, would it be helpful for us to get together and chat? And when people understand that it's a conversation about working together, but it doesn't need to be a strong arming conversation. Like, nobody wants to be strong armed ever, let alone at this time. So, like I said, go check out boldheartconnect.com. That's what we're doing with our people. My team is having the conversations. People are blown away by the value, blown away by the kindness. Sometimes we're having conversations, people go to boldheartconnect.com and they say, I know I want to work with you, but I need help trying to figure out how to afford it in these times. Like, we'll put on our strategy hat. We could say, well, maybe you can't now, but maybe in a month you can. And here's what to do in the coming 30 days. And just suggest, be helpful, find a way to chat with your people. This is selling without selling. This is being of service. The origin of the word selling, sales, is being of service. I want you to really not feel guilty, like, ooh, if you're just transparent from the beginning, like, hey, I'm not going to try to sell you. If you want to work with me, you'll let me know, whether it's now, down the road, or never. But I hope that this wording, is this wording helpful for you? If it is helpful, put it in the chat, in the comments. The idea is to make yourself available to your people now. They might not work with you for another 3 months or 6 months, but if you can start the conversation and the getting to know you process now, it'll be helpful for everybody. Okay, shift how you sell. And we're nearing down, like we're wrapping up soon. So I'm just letting you know, if you have any questions for me, you can put it in. Oh, good. I'm glad this is helpful, Dana. So glad, Nancy. And then you'll want to write down your questions and maybe put them in the comments in just a few minutes once I've wrapped up, and I can stay and answer some questions. Okay, so now we're going to get into shift how you sell. And I'm going to give you a real life example of something that happened a couple of weeks ago. So if you're selling online, don't be opportunistic, but be authentic. Be authentic in how you sell. So here's what I did recently during an online presentation that was originally a selling event. So they always knew that it was a selling event. And let me give you this, this example. So I went on tour. So you might know that I do a 3-day event once a year called the Mindset Retreat. I've done this event for 12 years. It is absolutely transformational. And this is where we shift your mindset so that you end up getting out of your own way and doing the things that you already know that you need to do, and where you get out of your own way and play a much bigger game. You stop procrastinating, you start shifting how you see yourself and what you're here to do in the world, and you create really big new results. All of the people that I've taken to 6 figures, 10K a month, people have taken to 7 figures, $1 million a year. They've all gone through the Mindset Retreat. If you've not heard of it, go check out the video at mindsetretreat.com. It shows you a video of the last one that we did in the fall of last year. So just to give you some background, for the first time, I'm doing it twice this year. Once in the US in the fall, and in May, I was doing it in London for the first time. Yay, 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 International Mindset Retreat. And of course, I went on tour, 6 cities in the UK, and we sold lots of tickets. People were just absolutely ravenous for this, especially my style of doing it with authenticity, integrity, and love. And I said, oh my gosh, it was so successful. Why don't we go back and do another event in London, a second one in London for all the people who couldn't make it the first time. And then, of course, that was supposed to be March 31st, and we were in lockdown already. I am doing it online, Bethany. So here's what happened. I booked the hotel. We were supposed to do it, and in the marketing, it says this is a taste of the mindset. This is a half day and a taste of the Mindset Retreat. And if you want to, I'll be offering tickets, be selling tickets at this event. Well, I had to not cancel it, but I had to move the half day event online to sell tickets for the 3-day Mindset Retreat. And I felt really weird about that, because literally it was like within the first couple of weeks of lockdown. And then I'll show you what happened. I decided to do the event anyway because people wrote in. And so the next like 5 or 6 slides are the actual slides from my presentation when I did the half-day Mindset Intensive. This is the event to sell tickets to the Mindset Retreat. Okay, just so we're clear, there's the 3-hour and then the 3-day. This Mindset Intensive, I didn't have any of these slides when I did it in person around the UK, but I had to address the idea that I was going to sell in the first like 2 weeks of lockdown. So this is the first slide. It says, let's address the pink elephant that might come up. And I said, pink elephant, this free half-day Mindset Retreat, the Mindset Intensive that we're doing right now, was always a taste of my 3-day Mindset Retreat that's happening in May. Was supposed to happen in May in London, but it's now happening online. And this 3-hour half-day mindset intensive always culminated in a loving invitation to join me. Like, I'm selling tickets. And so I called it, this was like the fourth or fifth slide of this entire half day that I was about to do. I went at it right away so that I wasn't hitting anybody with a 2x4, 2 hours into it. And then I addressed really the worst case scenario. Oh my God, I am shocked. Who does she think she is? Meaning me. Who does Fabienne think she is to sell us a ticket to her event at a time like this? Does she not know what's going on in the world right now? I addressed it. Like, this would be my worst nightmare, for people to think that I was trying to profiteer. Okay. The thing is, and I'll just show you the next slide. So there's the 3 slides. This is the third one. I was hesitant to continue on with original plan to do this half-day event for fear that you would think I'm being an ambulance chaser or opportunistic. When we got quarantined, I was just going to cancel this half-day mindset intensive altogether, which is true. I addressed what they're probably thinking, the fact that there might be a pink elephant in the room, and then the fact that I was going to cancel this online event. And this is literally what happened. And so I just said it as it is. Many women wrote in saying that they need me in the mindset teachings now more than ever, and that they would indeed want to buy a ticket and join us for the virtual 3 days of mindset transformations, but from home. This is what happened. When women that I'd seen on tour but who didn't buy a ticket wrote in and said, are you still doing the mindset retreat? I think I heard that you're going to do it on Zoom online. If so, can I please buy a ticket? I need this now more than ever. And I was like, wow, yeah, there were so many of them that came in that I was like, okay. And they said, if you do I couldn't attend your 3-hour half-day mindset intensive. Are you doing one online? And if so, can I buy a ticket to the mindset retreat then? And that's when I had a little bit of like, oh, wow, they still want this. It was them saying to me, we want it, that made me say, okay, I'll still do it. And so the next slide, and I hope this is useful for you. So in case you need my help, I will tell you about the mindset retreat and invite you to take a deeper dive at the same discounted rate that I gave on tour at the during, in the UK. And I basically just said that. So in 6 or so slides, I addressed all of the concerns, all of the yuckiness with transparency and vulnerability from the get-go. And then I said to them, why is it good that I'm addressing this now? And people are like, thank you, because now I see that you're being authentic. I see that you have a heart, that you actually think about these things. You're not just out there to make money. You're here to just like be real. And some people said, I really appreciate that you're telling me, because now I'm going to see. I didn't know about this 3-day thing. Now I want to know more about it. Yeah. So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. If you can come at this with authenticity, vulnerability, transparency, integrity, love, compassion, if you can do it by being real, really, you can market and you can sell. Not everybody's going to buy. Oh, by the way, when I did this, I was blown away. Now, it wasn't the same number of people that in regular times would have bought a ticket, even if I'd done it online. Like it's a much smaller portion of people who bought when I was in the room teaching it in London, for example. But I was like, wow, this, and I was just, honestly, I was blown away. I was really, really like, wow, I did the right thing. You're not forcing anybody to buy. They got tremendous value. I should watch the word tremendous all the time. They got a lot of value from attending the half day online. And I think it was only 2.5 hours instead of 3.5 hours. And yeah, they wanted to buy. And they just kept saying, thank you for doing it online. So I share this with you that you don't have to stop selling. You don't have to stop marketing. It's how you do it. So call people on the phone, make it easy for them to talk to you about what's really going on. You're not, it's a different way to sell. Just make it easy for people to share their feelings of what they need with you. Address what's going on for them before they do, like the pink elephant thing. Okay. Offer to help now and then maybe delay the payments a bit longer. I mean, even if I'm not a big fan of not charging people and starting the work, but if you say to somebody, you know what, start in April and I'll start charging you in May, start April 15th and I'll start charging you May 15th. I think you could get a lot of people to say yes. Now, just make sure to have a contract and especially do this with people so that you don't have some turkey who, gets a month of working with you and then, leaves like a thief in the night. Yeah, things like that. In the end, it's about tapping into humanity, their humanity and your humanity, and having compassion while you market, while you sell. It's about going into your heart, like market and sell from your heart chakra. This is what I've been doing unknowingly, like what do you call that? Unconscious competence for close to 20 years, for more than 20 years. Just sell from your heart chakra. And you can do that even in these times. Not everybody needs you now, but some do. If you shift how you do it, shift how you market, be relevant, be all those things that we talked about. And listen, if you've just joined us now, we've been here for almost 90 minutes, and you can go back and watch the beginning of this. Gave a lot of value, I believe. I hope you believe so too. Of how to shift your marketing and then also shift how you work. Some people still need you right now, and they're willing to work with you differently just to be able to be with you. So help them work with you. Help them. Be flexible in some ways. Be maybe flexible in stretching out your payments and moving things online and offering things that you're not used to offering and whatever it is, right? Now, like I said, if maybe we can help you strategize your next steps, you can have a no obligation conversation with us. We're not here to sell. We're here to listen. If you want to explore what it's like to work with us, if you want to get some strategy from our strategy coaches, like we're here. We're here to serve. You can see what it's like, experience it. And maybe we can help you strategize. Okay, maybe now this month is not the time to work with us. Or maybe if you were going to start with this program, maybe you start at this program, which is like really affordable, $97 a month just to test it out. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. If you're interested in having that conversation, go to boldheartconnect.com and then let's schedule a call. Let's just see. So thank you for being with me for this part of it. I would love to hear what you've gotten so far. And I would also, I'm happy to answer your questions. You're welcome, Mary Gail. I'm glad that we've recorded it. Hi, Tanya. Great to see you. Bethany, am I doing another half day soon? I believe that if you write into my team, info@boldheart.com, that we can probably provide you with what that looks like, a recording of it. So how can I help? Derek, should I stop sharing my window? Okay. I'm here to, so I'm gonna like pivot and look here, and feel free to ask me a question. What are good examples of sensitive emails to send or email your list? Perhaps an invitation to chat, just like I just did with you. Let's set up a phone call. I just want to hear how things are for you. Maybe I can help. I'm not here to, strong arm you into working with me. Let's just talk. I'd like to hear what your situation is like, and maybe we can explore working together. That's something that you can do. You're welcome, Dana. I'm so glad it was helpful. Hi, Patty. Oh my God, long time no see. It's so great that you joined us. So this is Julie. I am a new grief and end of year coach. Oh, bless you for doing that. Starting a coaching practice. The world needs what I do now more than ever. I need practice hours for my certification and wondered how you suggest offering services around this. Been struggling with how to do this without appearing opportunistic. You know how you do it, Julie? You say, I'm just starting my practice and I need practice hours. Would you like to do this with me? Some can pay. Just here's what I would do, Julie, is I would watch this again just to see how I said some of the things. It's really about just being transparent and upfront. Honestly, it's about saying some people can afford this now, some people need it more than ever. Let's just have a conversation. Let's have these practice sessions. Oh, thank you, Marietta. Yeah, the strategy calls are so helpful. I really do have a great strategy coach team. They're so loving and so good at helping people. Oh, Barb, I'm so glad it was appreciated. I'm so glad it was valuable for you. Kristen Wagner Anchor, should I do daily Facebook Lives on my business page or my personal page? It really depends. I've been doing it on this group. Why don't you do one on each and just see which one gives you the best results, most comments, most attendance. It's like test, right? Claudia, the big advantage of having the privilege of having these online gifts from you is that I even want to join your program even more. Thank you, Claudia. We would love to have you in our program. Contact us whenever you're ready, or even before. Let's just chat. You're welcome, Connie. So happy that you were here. Oh, you're welcome, Bonnie. My pleasure. Singita, it was really helpful because I've been debating and didn't know how to serve. You made it very clear to me. I'm so glad. Thanks for your live today. Nice to see you too, Bethany. I'm happy to take questions. Some of my clients have not responded to my mails and phone messages. Would you suggest not to leave vocal messages? Florence, I think it just depends on, I want you to think about the energy with which you were placing the phone call. And you can call back from an even more compassionate tone and just say, hi, I'm just checking in. I didn't catch you last time. I'm here for you if you need me. That kind of thing. Let's see. When, if ever, do you remove people from your list if they have never responded to your communications? I basically tend to put people in A, Bs, and Cs. Well, first, now the way that we communicate is mostly because there's so many tens of thousands of people that it's mostly through email, despite what I said about picking up the phone. But I'm maybe at a different stage of business. If it was earlier in my career, I'd then put people into A, Bs, and Cs. The people who don't ever respond, I would maybe reach out to them like once or twice a year. But they would be C's, not A's. Yeah, I'm with you, Catherine Murphy. I have less time with 2 kids while my essential worker hubby is out. What has been the most impact? Daily social media posts or working on content and only weekly posts? I have to say, for me, it has been these lives. Just offering free content, offering Q&As. You can do it in an hour and a half. And I get that you have a new baby, so it's even more difficult. But even if you do a 30-minute, like the minute you put the baby to bed, and maybe you put an educational, thing on the iPad or on the computer for the older one. You can do a half an hour live every day. Um, I just offering value and answering questions, and just let people know, like, I'm going to do my best to show up at this time. If I can put the children for a nap, that would be that human to human interaction, I think, is helpful. Gina, hi Fabian. What would you suggest for charging money for my New Moon Women's Circle that I launched in January in person? Would you suggest offering free sliding scale or a specific number of free places? I get the sense that some of my women need it for free right now, and some could pay. So Gina, I don't like to play God. I like to charge for something, and I let other people decide if they can afford it or not. I don't believe in sliding scale. I really don't. Um, I think you should charge and just let whoever wants and feels they can afford it to join you. That's my feeling. And then give content, free content like this, when you can. I am an Anna Alicia Wilmer. I'm an interior decorator. E-design is new to me. Is that the only way to go this time? Thank you for your valuable info. It's a combination of a few things. You could become an e-designer, or you could just start working with people on their plans now, having them take photos for you and things like that, and just plan on um, working with them, as a start date of maybe like June 15th. What about GDPR when it comes to call clients? I have no idea, Anne. I don't know. If you have their phone number, it's because they gave it to you. But I'm not an attorney, so I don't know. I asked a question above, Fabienne. I was asking, rather than call the clients, is it okay to leave voice notes on WhatsApp? You can try it, Joanne. I would ask you, why would you not want to call them? Are you afraid that they will pick up the phone? And then I want to ask, where's the mindset block there? Maybe I need to see you at the mindset retreat. Mindsetretreat.com. Okay, good. You're welcome. Picking up the phone. Oops, Yvette. I've got people. Wait, hold on. I want to not miss. Yeah, Marietta says picking up the phone, making the calls, and checking in has been very welcomed by my clients. Yvette said, I've got people wanting to sign up with me, but are wanting to pay less than what I usually charge. Do I cut down on content and offers and sell lower? There are a couple of things that you can do, Yvette. We mentioned it today. You can make the first payment lower and then just build it up. You can stretch out the payments, or you can offer a program that's a smaller program where you've taken out, let's say, the 5,000 program, you've made it 2,500, but you've taken a bunch of pieces out of it. We are just beginning, Millie Jackson, we are just beginning to build our email list. What is a heart-filled, tactful way to get people to give email? Do you give them value? One of the ways, so I'm creating this new Pivot Your Business booklet, like resource guide. It's going to be on the website probably within the next week, 7 ways to pivot your business based on what I've been doing online. You give value and then they give you your email. That's the way it's set up. A virtual assistant can help you do that. We can show you how to do that. Bethany, glad that was helpful for you. You stay healthy too. All right, Margot. I'm an accountant and have been helping people with their disaster loan processes and charging for it. Mostly well received and people are grateful. But I did an email campaign to 2,000 plus and 2 people replied, calling me shady for charging, hurting people, and I can't seem to get past that. I guess I'm just looking for affirmation. Yes, it's okay to charge for that. Don't worry about it. People, you didn't do anything wrong. You're just making yourself available. I just want you to think of all the people who said, oh my God, thank you. I need help. I'm so glad you're offering this. There's always going to be somebody who's not going to like that you're making offers. It's their filter of life, and it doesn't have to say anything about you. I actually teach that on day 2 of the mindset retreat as well. There's always going to be the person who's a whiner, a skeptic, who will have keyboard confidence, and who are really who just can say nasty things. And what I've learned is you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because I once did, I may have shared this with you. I once did a 3-hour um, live stream like this, and and I just as a thank you for people to have purchased my book Embrace Your Magnificence. And at the end, we got an email from a woman who said, "I'm so furious. I I waited the entire 3 hours for you to offer a program and you didn't. It was such a waste of my time." And so you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Just don't let it get to you. You didn't do anything wrong. You're just being of service. And no, you shouldn't give all of your everything for free. And you can come back to those people and say, "Oh, totally understand money but might be tight. I have a lot of free stuff online. You can go find me on my YouTube channel or just Google my name and you will find all of my articles," or at least that's what I say. Um, I already and very quickly enrolled for the mindset retreat after the half day event. Was in Kenya when you came to the UK. See you in May. Yay, Joanne! So happy you're coming. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be extraordinary. My whole team, Derek especially, who has been talking to the event planning team, he's created a wow experience for us in May on Zoom. Let's see. You're welcome. Well, I think that's every question that I've done so far. You're welcome. I'm so glad. So, like I said, if you want to chat, go to boldheartconnect.com. Happy to have a conversation with you about how to pivot your business. Not looking to sign you up if that's not what you're looking for, but let's have a conversation. Let's maybe start our relationship. And I want to do more of these. I think we should do more of these. What do you think? If you liked today, I would love for you to put a comment in the comment box. Tell me even just one word. What was your favorite insight or what did you love most? Yeah, you might as well, Marietta. So yeah, just I would love to see what you loved about today. And thank you so much for joining me. Um, I know your time is valuable, even during confinement and quarantine. And thank you, Julie. I'm so glad. You're welcome for the hope and the real solutions. Happy to do that for you. I will see you in the comments. Can't wait to read what you have to say about what you got today. Thanks, everybody. All my love. Talk soon.